This week on the show, Leonardo DiCaprio tries to uncover the mysteries surrounding Shutter Island. Hello and welcome to Vaughn on Movies. I'm your host, Vaughn Fry, the world's toughest movie critic, and this week I'm looking at Martin Scorsese's Shutter Island. Our story kicks off in 1954 aboard a small ferry. We meet Teddy Daniels, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's just met his new partner, Chuck, played by Mark Ruffalo. Together, they are U.S. Marshals, sent to the mysterious Hospital for the Criminally Insane on Shutter Island. They're investigating the disappearance of a patient named Rachel. Running the asylum is Dr. Cawley, played by the venerable Ben Kingsley. Through his stay, Teddy is plagued by vivid dreams of Dolores, his late wife, played by Michelle Williams, and some very vibrant flashbacks. As Teddy investigates the disappearance of Rachel, he uncovers evidence of a possible secret Nazi-like cover-up to do experimentations on the patients. As Teddy delves deeper into this murky plot, the tables are turned on him until he doesn't know who to trust. And that's really about all I can say, because this is very much a puzzle film. Every aspect about this movie has you guessing one thing or another until the very end of the movie. The twists are the kinds you don't see coming, but they make sense to you at the end. In my eyes, DiCaprio is still benefiting from Blood Diamond, the movie that allowed him to play characters who are veterans instead of just the guy who's green and we have to learn everything through his eyes. The cover-up is quite grand, and there's not a lot to complain about. Nearly every aspect of the film fires on all cylinders. So not only do you have characters who you can actually understand, but the cinematography is great, the music gets a little overbearing at the beginning, but it goes into the background later on, and the special effects can be quite endearing. There's even strong performances from the smaller roles played by Jackie Earle Haley, Ted Levine, and Emily Mortimer. Before I give my final assessment, I have to give a shout out to Tony Gunshow 19 for answering this week's Pop Quiz Hotshot Trivia question, which was supplied by my old reteacher. Be sure to look for those on Twitter, Sundays, midnight Central Time. Shutter Island is a taut thriller that will have you thinking from start to finish. Now, since I'm contractually obligated to nitpick, I do have a few things I have to say. One, I find it to be cheap how the delusions that Teddy has help him solve the mystery. And even though it sort of comes together at the end, it just seems a little sloppy that they're so direct. There's other minuscule contrivances, like a paper that DiCaprio's looking for that happens to kind of blow by him while he's scaling a cliff. There's also a scene where Ruffalo and DiCaprio are holed up in a mausoleum in the middle of what appears to be a hurricane, and the doors just fly open right when the cops show up and aim their headlights at them. One thing low in numbers are jump scares. The fear factor seems to be set up through atmosphere, but it's not for the squeamish. There are some scenes at a Nazi death camp that may detour some of you. But hey, I wouldn't let that stop you from enjoying this potent thriller. As your acting movie critic, I prescribe you a ticket for Shutter Island with a score of 3.5 out of 4 stars. I'll see you guys next time. But hey, I wouldn't let that stop you from enjoying this potent thriller. As your acting movie critic, I prescribed you a ticket for Shutter Island with a grand score.